Hello. So I've already had some technical difficulties. We'll see how this goes. I lost, the screen stalled for about 30 seconds. And prior to that, I was getting a lot of feedback. But I see Valerie making a comment. And was it a couple weeks ago? We had issues with sound. But I'm hoping that it is a technically problem-free evening. So I see Valerie and Angel Knight. Welcome. So in about 4 minutes, we will start with the Healing Pulse. I do have my book out. Today is show number, let me see. I put 169 on there. It's because, Duncan had his own show a couple weeks ago, and that was show 168. So today is show 169. Can you believe it's March 1? I am so glad. So sick of cold. 169. Okay, so Valerie confirmed she could see the technical issues that were happening. And when I was sitting here, there was a lot of static. So I'm hoping that things are good. So Valerie, you're going to be first on the list. So neck and shoulder spasms. Good. I'm glad you can hear me. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. For those of you who have private sessions with me, my sale has been extended through March 15th. And if people want, they can prepay for sessions. And I'll probably do a little commercial on that later. All right, so Valerie's just confirming right under shoulder blade. Nope, you're right. That's not easy. Shoulder blade. And Angel Knight is looking for knee healing. Okay, so you're on the list. So we will start the individual healing right after the Healing Pulse, and the Healing Pulse will start in about a moment or a minute or so. And if you have not experienced the Healing Pulse, I'll give you instructions. So Valerie, you know where you're going to send the Healing Pulse, although if you can't touch it, you can still do it, but imagine that that's where your hands are. So Angel Knight, when we do the Healing Pulse, I want you to send healing on your knees. So if it's both knees, you'll have a hand on each knee. If it's one knee that is particularly bothersome, put both hands on the knee. Okay, so let's do a Healing Pulse. So the Healing Pulse is energy work. It is of my own design and creation, me and my higher self and my spirit team. And the reason why I really like it is because you can target areas. For other types of energy work tools, usually they're divinely guided and it's hard to target. Not that the Healing Pulse doesn't sometimes do what it wants to do, but for the most part, it goes to where you direct it. So with this, I want you to rub your hands together. Itch from my nose. So rub your hands together until they're warm. Place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. So what if you don't have anything physical? Then I would suggest maybe sending it to your heart or your head, especially like your third eye. If you have something emotional going on, think of where you feel that emotion. And so place your hands there and then imagine my hands are on yours. And then just breathe in that healing energy. And so when you breathe in, imagine the healing going a little deeper, a little further. When you exhale, imagine you're releasing maybe what doesn't belong. Open and allowing. And if it's a small group tonight, we might do some other things too. We've had some bigger groups lately that keep it sort of limited, but small groups are sort of fun too. So just keep breathing in and out. Okay, so that was the first healing pulse for the night. We'll do 2 more, and we'll end the night with aura strengthening, and we'll see how long the individual healing sessions last. Because we might have to do some extra things, which that's sort of fun. So Valerie wants to work on, she's got neck and shoulder spasms, especially like under her shoulder blade. So I'm using a tool that I originally learned from the Emotion Code book by Dr. Bradley Nelson, but I've sort of tweaked it and do it my own way, and I use different lists than what he has. So we will see what comes up for Valerie. Okay, so Valerie, it's the word unimportant. Let me get an age on that. So AJ, just notice releasing extra weight. Okay, so get an age for Valerie. Valerie, age 12. So ages are the hardest thing. So like when I say for Valerie, age 12, it's somewhere typically within a year. So 11, 12, 13, somewhere in there. And if you have healing in your background and know how to release things, feel free to help me. I've learned I can release things on my own for you. However, the last couple of years, I've realized sometimes there's residual energies and they're more likely to release with your help. And so if you don't have healing in your background, sometimes just say a little prayer or a little, please help release this. So working on releasing the energy of unimportant from Valerie. It did release. And then, as always, we fill any voids created with healing energy. Angel Knight is next. She's got problems with her knees. Let's see. I'm getting there's emotions tied to it. It's the word puny. I don't know if I think that's come up maybe once before. Let me get an age and we'll see if that makes sense, Angel Knight. Well, this is from about age 3. So somewhere 2, 3, 4. So I don't know if you will remember this, but I think somebody called you puny and you took great offense. Um, and I don't even know if I don't think they said it to you. You heard it. They were talking to someone else. And so it made you quite sensitive to your body. So let's release that. Somehow that's connected to knee issues. So we're going to release and remove puny. So Valerie just commented she's got big yawns. And what that means is she's experiencing a release. And not everybody has the same type of release. But if you have yawns and you're not typically, if you're not tired and you're not yawning on a regular basis, but all of a sudden during a session here you're yawning, it's a definite sign that the energy is flowing and you are releasing the trapped energy. All right, so that cleared for Angel Knight. Definitely. So Serenity Girl wants to release feelings of worthlessness. So when you have a trapped emotion multiple times, your neutral level all of a sudden is no longer neutral, and it takes very little to trigger you. And it seems like the more you have a trapped emotion such as worthlessness, the more you attract it to you, and the more sensitive you become. Super, super sensitive to that feeling. So we'll see what you've got for that. So, but we're going to work on AJ. He, most people that show up here are she's. But so I'll just call you AJ. So AJ wants to release extra weight. So let's see what we can do to assist in that. So I've got a list that maybe has about 400 what's called negative emotions. I'm getting an energy of unappreciated. So AJ, let me get an age for you for that. '21. So somewhere like 20, 21, 22, somewhere in there. So let's go ahead and release that. So AJ, is that your current age? So, but with this, I'm getting, this was back when you were 21. And the energy has kept with you. So I'm getting that released. All right, Serenity Girl. She's asking specifically about a trapped emotion. Oh, thank you, AJ. So this energy of unappreciated has been around for a while. But I did get that to release. You should take just a short little walk and see if you notice any differences. And the same thing with Angel Knight. Take a little walk and see especially your knee will be easier to notice if there's any differences. AJ, that'll be definitely harder to know if it's going to make a difference. Typically, the older you are, the more trapped emotions that you accumulate. And so it takes more to help you. All right, so Serenity, girl, we're going to do yours a little differently because you already know that you have this feeling of worthlessness. You're probably super sensitive to it. And so with a trapped emotion, how it happens is you are experiencing the emotion, and normally your body will process and release it. But sometimes, due to maybe an extreme event, or you've got a lot going on, or who knows why, your body does not process that emotion but holds on to it. And that energy is sort of stuck or trapped in your body. That's why they call it a trapped emotion. Well, look at Valerie. Valerie just posted, my neck and shoulder feels better. Thank you, Valerie. I love that feedback because oftentimes, sometimes it takes more. But every once in a while, I get to someone and maybe there's just something magical about a certain one that we pull that's helpful. I never know. And I wish I would know. You know what I mean? So, but I always try my hardest. So, going back to Serenity, that was a little background on how things become trapped. So, let's see, because there are times when Serenity has been able to process the energy of worthlessness, but there are other times when she has not. And so, let's see how many times she has not been able to process. So, I'm getting 7 times. And so, with me liking to do shortcuts, I ask, can we remove all 7 at the same time? And I get a no. So then I ask, so can we release the 7 only 2 or 3 at a time? I do get a yes. Do we need to know ages to do that? No. Nice. Okay. So, Serenity, lend your support and imagine things releasing, and that sensitivity to being worthless, which is like right up here, imagine it just going down. So we're going to release 1 to 3. Okay. So I'm focusing on 1 to 3. Did 1 release? Yes. Did 2 release? Yes. Did 3 release? Yes. Okay. So we've got 1 through 3 done. Next one, we can only release 4 and 5 at the same time. So releasing worthlessness instances of number 4 and number 5. That did release. All right, so we're looking at, we've got 2 left, 6 and 7. So releasing the instances of worthlessness, 6 and 7. Okay, I'm getting those released. So I'm going to go back and just double check. Okay, I'm getting they all released. So let me just see. I'm trying to think. Does anybody have any requests of other things that we do tonight? So, because I'm thinking, being that it's just such a quiet group, so I think we'll do the group negative beliefs. And then then maybe we'll do the positive emotions. That's like my favorite thing to do, but it takes more time than other things. So let me just see how many negative beliefs. So we're going to do 2. All right, so the next one is negative belief. So this is a group belief, but because we're all different, some of you will have this, some of you won't. And so this one is I am stupid. Let's see what percent of people here tonight and also watching the replay have this negative belief about themselves, or maybe they had this belief sometime in their past and it's still there. So I'm getting 60% of people watching this video now or later have this. So let me get what the other one is. Next one is I'm shameful. All right, so let's see what percent have that. 55% of people watching the video now or later have that. So we're going to release these trap beliefs. So we're going to do releasing I am stupid. Okay, that did release. We're releasing I'm shameful. That did release too. So we're going to do the next healing pulse in a couple moments. So I'm going to pull up my positive emotion list because I think let's do that. Oh, and let's do brain balancing. We haven't done that, I think, in a number of months. So let me just glance at my books. I think that has been quite a while. So those of you who are new, I write down everything in the book that we do. So yeah, I think that was last fall. So we're going to do brain balancing too. So we're going to do positive and brain balancing. Cool. All right, so let's do our next healing pulse. So especially those of you who are working on physical issues, I would suggest sending it to the same place. For those of you who don't really know where to send the energy, I think send it to your head or your heart. Are you ready? So I want you to rub your hands together and place your hands exactly where you want to release the energy and receive the healing. So just be open and allowing. Breathe in that healing energy. If you do breath work, this is a good place to do that. Breathing out and releasing. Okay, so that was healing pulse number 2. So next we're going to do a positive emotion. And so this is sort of an opposite. Oh, there's motivation. Hello. So with the positive emotion, what happens is you give me a positive emotion you would like to imbue. For example, like Serenity Girl asked about releasing worthlessness. I would suggest you are just fine motivation. We're working on our positive emotions. So, like Serenity Girl, I would suggest you choose the word like worthy or full of love or something that you really want to imbue. And so, with that, I will reinforce that emotion and then I will also choose two more. So, if you would like to participate, tell me what positive emotion you want to imbue, and I will add two more. All right, so Valerie wants to imbue peace. That's a nice one. Okay, so let's see what else comes up with Valerie. All right, so got a few on some motivation, confidence. That's a good one. Serenity Girl, worthiness. That's a really good one. Angel Knight, peaceful. That's a good one. And AJ. The problem with that, AJ, is when you put non in front of it, it's sort of like a negative. So I really want to jump into the positivity of this. So when I think about what's another word for non-judgmental, is that like open-minded, or anyone have any other suggestions for AJ? Something that just sounds a little bit more positive than non-judgmental. Sort of like the affirmations. You don't want to put, I don't, you don't want to put the no. Okay, so let's see. Oh, Giovanna, that's a good one. Oh, AJ, acceptance. I like that. Thank you for that suggestion, motivation. Exhilaration. Okay. All right, so starting with Valerie. Valerie, she chose peace. And let's see what comes up as her other words. Okay, so with this, it's sort of similar to how I do the negative emotion release, where I ask for your assistance. So with this, I also want your assistance just because I think it makes it stronger. So, Valerie. So, Valerie chose peace, and I'm adding united and serene. And sometimes there's like an obvious fit, other times we need to do a little bit of maneuvering to get them to fit. But usually it comes up that I can figure out a story where they all go together. So we're going to reinforce peace, united, and serene. And if a word comes up for someone else that you like, you have the opportunity to borrow it and add it to what you're reinforcing. Okay, so Valerie, that reinforce. Motivation wants to reinforce confidence. So let's see what comes up as her other two words. So motivation, reinforce these while I reinforce these. So motivation chose confidence, and I chose satisfied and open. I like that. Because especially if you're satisfied and open, it will increase your confidence. And if you have lots of confidence, you are more satisfied and open. Okay, Serenity Girl is worthy. And let's see what goes with worthy. You are welcome, motivation. All right, so Serenity Girl, you chose worthy. I'm adding to that flexible and humble. And when I put them all together, I think of it making you being worthy even stronger, which is a nice thought. So reinforcing worthy and flexible and humble for Serenity Girl. All right. Next is Angel Knight. And she chose peaceful. Let's see what goes with that for her. So Angel Knight, you chose peaceful. And next for you is sensible and soothed. I sort of like that. You know, sometimes when you think extravagant, huge plans, it's sort of crazy and stressful. But if you sort of dial it back and just be sort of a sensible, it's rather soothing and peaceful. Wonderful serenity. I like that. So Serenity Girl. With a knot in her stomach going away. Yes, I do. That's part of why I like doing it this way, just because we take away the negative, but basically I just add in positive energy work. But this is sort of fun adding in something specifically. So I just need to check my okay. All right, so next, AJ wants acceptance, which is fabulous. Let's see what else goes with that. Okay, one more. Oh, AJ, this is nice. So AJ chose acceptance. And then I'm adding free and loved. That's very nice. So reinforcing all three of those. Okay, Giovanna is next, and she chose exhilaration. Okay, so Giovanna chose exhilaration, and I'm adding unique and smooth. So reinforcing all of those. And if anyone else has come in and they would like me to add or draw a couple positive emotions for you, just put an emotion you would like to imbue in the chat. Otherwise, we will do our next healing pulse. That's always sort of fun. Did anyone have a favorite word that came up or that someone had that you're going to borrow? You are welcome, Giovanna. You guys are so quiet tonight. That's okay, though. Just double checking something in my settings. I haven't noticed. There we go. The chat wasn't. There we go. Something funky with the chat. Sure, Angelite. Have him pick a positive emotion, Angelite. What's your son's name or nickname? Okay. So have Jeffrey pick up a positive word he would like to reinforce. And then while you guys are talking about what that is, I will find two more. Oh, that's a nice one. Calming. And let's two more. So usually all the words sort of go together, but this one's sort of different. I like it though. All right, so Jeffrey chose calming, but I chose invigorated and friendly. But I still think these go together because I think sometimes when you're calm, it gives you the energy to go out and be invigorated and friendly. Or when you're out and about and being invigorated and friendly, you need to go home and just sort of relax and be calm. So let's reinforce those. I like that too. I'm glad you woke up to motivation. And so Angel Knight and Jeffrey, so just imagine that you are accepting and inviting those energies within you. That's good. So let's do a healing pulse next. So with this, think about where you want to receive it. And rub your hands together until they're warm. And then place your hands exactly where. Oh, tell him thank you. It's nice to have a young man participating in the woo stuff here. So that's pretty cool. And if he wants to stay for a healing pulse, just sort of guide him through what he needs to do. So just imagine my hands on yours, and you are allowing the energy to flow. Just breathe that in. Allow. Imagine with each breath in, the healing goes a little deeper, a little further, allowing the energy to flow. Okay, that was our third healing pulse. What time is it? We are so early. That's sort of cool. I'm trying to think what else I want to do. Oh, we're going to do brain balancing. So, brain balancing is something that helps make the left and right brain hemisphere connection stronger. So, this helps physically, it helps with balance and emotion. Mentally, I think it gives you more strength and reduces brain fog because the energy is moving back and forth versus being stagnant in a fog. And so it's sort of a cool thing. I know one of my clients, if she's having a hard time at work, before she goes into the office, she will sit in her car and do brain balancing. She benefits that much from it. So it's a really nice tool to have when you're having a hard time. And so part of it is we're going to send energy, and you can do that with your own energies in your hands, or you can pull in the healing pulse energies if you're not very comfortable with that. And so basically, you want to get things started, and you're going to go 2 fingers, and you're going to go, usually I find my ears and I go about an inch above, and then I push my fingers to my scalp, and then I pick a hand and start gathering the energy in that one hand. So I'm going to pick my left hand, and so I'm just going to feel. So a lot of this is intention, so I'm going to just sort of tune in, which means I usually shut my eyes, and then I just imagine the energy building in my left hand. And sometimes it's sort of tingly. sometimes I don't really feel a lot. I don't know why, but it does vary for me. I think part of it is what kind of day I've had. And so once that hand is full, what I'm going to do is start to send. Now I started in my left hand. It's fine if you start in your right. But so once my hand is full, I'm going to start to send energy from my left to the right. And so if you started with your right, you're going to start by sending from your right to your left. So I'm going to start by sending the energy. So like right now, it's just entering my head. It's going sort of slow. I haven't done this in a while. And so right now it's about as far through as my eye. And now it's about halfway through. And it's going by the other eye. And now it's starting to exit. So I'm going to catch that energy in my other hand. So I'm just gathering as the rest of the energy sort of funnels through. And so once I've gathered all that energy, I'm going to send it back. And so it's just entering my head now. This is still going a little slow because we just have done this once. So it's about even with my eye currently. It's about halfway through. It's next to the other eye. And now it's exiting. So I'm gathering up that energy. So once you've gathered up all the energy, you're going to start sending it back. So this will go a little bit faster. So like right now it's about halfway through. And now it's exiting. So I'm going to gather up the energy. And so it's starting to go through again. It's about halfway through. It's exiting. And so now it's to the point where it's gone through 4 times. And so it's connecting neural pathways. It's making them wider and stronger. And so it's going to be more like a laser pointer. And so just go back and forth for like 10 times and just super fast. And that's brain balancing. And so I would encourage you to use this tool whenever you need a little bit of support mentally and or physically. So what did you guys think? Because I know most of you have not experienced this. There's a handful of you that have. Did everybody go to sleep? So I could if you would like. So I'm just checking to see what everybody's saying. So if you want, I can do good luck, bad luck. So motivation says I felt the energy move back and forth. Good. Valerie says I like brain balancing, makes me feel calmer. So let me do my little commercial because I've got a few things coming up. I've decided I'm going to try and do more things and just see if it helps my private healing business. So I'm just seeing if I can find. I was going to share screen, but I'll just tell you about it. So last month I had a very special sale for my birthday. And in 15 years of doing healing, I've not really had a sale. And so I decided to do like the whole month where I was going to give a really nice discount because my regular rates are $150 for an hour and 15-minute session. And so I decided to offer a session for $111. And then not only did I offer that for a healing session, I also will be sending anyone who has bought a session or is in the process of buying a session an invitation to a group past life regression through Zoom. And it will be recorded. So if you are not able to attend, you can watch the replay. And so with that, so that was supposed to have expired yesterday, and I've decided to extend that through March 16th, which is a Sunday. And I've decided for the next few months to offer a second mini healing session. So last month, so here's Dexter, my little troublemaker. So last month I offered a second mini healing, and during that we didn't do negative emotions. We worked on positive emotions. We also did good luck, bad luck, and I'll probably be trying to find some other different things because I don't want to do the same thing that I typically do on the first of the month. So this month there's another mini healing on Sunday the 16th. And then I'll always do one on the 1st, and we'll see. My plan is to do probably for the next 3 or 4 months, like the middle Sunday evening. And so that'll be mini healings, but we'll see. It depends on what people want too. And so if you were here a few weeks ago, Duncan, we did a healing session on Duncan. And so Duncan's my little dog who's 5. He's losing his eyesight. So I did a sample session online just to show how I do animal healing. And so we're going to do another one on Thursday, 7 Central. And I'm sort of changing how I do things as far as sometimes I like to measure things. And so I've been playing around with root causes. And so Duncan still is not doing great. He was doing pretty good, and because his head was really super hot, and for about 10 days he was better, although he got hot around his ears instead of like the front of his skull. And so usually when I tell clients, when they ask me, when should I come back? Usually I say, if things start reversing, that's the perfect time to have another session. And so we're going to do another session this coming Thursday, and we'll see what comes up. I had tried to post, I'm using this AI tool that will summarize and transcribe and does some cool things, but Facebook no longer allows attachments like in a PDF. So I might share that too, just so you can see what type of report I give for that. But let's do good luck, bad luck. So I think I hit everything. So my sale goes through the 16th. I'm having another mini healing session the 16th. And then I'm having a Duncan session on March 6th. And those are all at 7 p.m. Central Time. And then April 1st, that's a Tuesday. That's when the next first of the month one is. So with good luck, bad luck, this is something that can change. And so with this, if you have a good luck button, it should be on. If you have a bad luck button, it should be off. A sign that your bad luck button is turned on is more bad things happen. But if your good luck is on and your bad luck is on, so say something bad happened, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been, or something good happened and it wasn't as great as it could have been. And so with this, we want your good luck on, we want the bad luck off. And so if you would like me to check for you, put a 1 in the comments and I'll see how you're doing. And especially if you were here last month, because I don't always do this every month, but I did it. I did this February 16th. So we'll compare. Okay, so I've got motivation and Miko. Welcome, Miko. And Angel Knight. And Serenity Girl. Oh, Marine. Welcome, Marine. Let's see. Miss anybody? I know Carrie said hello earlier. All right, so if you guys are still thinking about it, if you'd change your mind and put a 1 in the comments, and I think I'm going to add myself to it too. Because usually with me, I don't notice that things have switched until something bad happens. And I would rather that didn't happen to me. All right, so I'm going to go through the good luck first. Adding Giovanna and AJ. And basically, I'll go down the list with the good luck and just ask, is your good luck button on? Because that's what we want. Wow, everybody's good luck button was on. That is very cool. All right, so now I want to check and see, is everybody's bad luck button off? Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. So, all right, so oh my gosh, this is a first. Everybody's bad luck button is off. That is very, very cool. Really nice. Wow, Angel Knight. When my bad luck button turns on, I've fallen. Yes, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, so when I tune into that, Angel Knight, yeah, so something must have changed the positivity. And it might even been you being here tonight, or it might have been your personal prayers that were able to flip that around. Yes, we are, Serenity Girl. So I hope to see people in, gosh, I can't believe it's March. So if you're interested in pet healing, stop by on Thursday night. Yeah, I think something shifted it. So, and part of it is, I hope this helps you be able to tune in, because part of my reason for being a healer is teaching you things that you can help you with self-healing. So it's 7 p.m. Central. And so I'll have little Duncan here, and then I'll go over his last healing and the results, and then we'll see, because healing happens in layers oftentimes. And the last healing that we did, there was part of something about me that has affected him. So I cleared that because I had an entity. At least that's what I recall. I had something going on that affected him. And part of the reason for pets in our lives is because they help us deal with things, and sometimes to their detriment. So I'll talk a little bit about that. But I also am going to review something. I'm playing around with root causes, and I started to talk about this a little bit. Then there must have been a squirrel or something. But so I'm measuring when I deal with root causes. I look at either percentages or 1 to 10. And so I look at what's the score for physical, what's the score for emotional, what's the score for spiritual, and what's the score for energetic. Because a lot of times emotional and energetic can help with physical, or they can cause physical. But I'm sort of stuck on everybody dies. And so you don't always know, even though it says things have cleared, maybe it's just their time. And so that's hard for me to put that into my measuring. Because like with Duncan, I want his eyesight to come back. But part of me knows it might not happen. So I'm trying to find a scale that helps me manage my expectations. But we'll see, because there's a part of me that knows that magic things can happen with healing. So let's do our last little thing. So we're going to do aura strengthening. Welcome, Sissy. Yeah, I understand, Angel Knight. Pets are the hardest thing. So let's talk about aura strengthening, because unfortunately it just seems like we live in such a negative world. I was reading Facebook. I should not read Facebook. And it was like a galactic light forum. So I thought, oh, this will be good, because I'll talk about the woo-woo stuff that I like. And somebody was just blasting political stuff, and I was like, oh, people against each other. It was so nasty. I was like, why do you even allow that? It took away from the very, very foundation of the group, and it was just really disheartening. I don't want to hear, I don't care what side you're on. I really don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear bashing each other. It's just so negative and so awful. So yes. So that's why aura strengthening is important. Oh, Carrie, hold on here. That's okay. Let me go back to this. Sissy, do you want, I'm doing good luck, bad luck. Put a 1 in the comments if you want me to check on you too. So let me just quick do this for Carrie. I'm going to add Sissy just because. All right, so checking to see if they have good their good luck buttons are on. And both of them are, so that's great. Now I'm just checking to see if their bad luck buttons are turned off. Oh, that's good too. So everybody is balanced in that way tonight. So that's fabulous. So, sorry, I'm a little distracted. So let's talk some more about aura strengthening. So with aura strengthening, it helps repel negativity, and because right now things are sort of negative, it helps sort of buffer you. Also, when I do aura strengthening, I also imagine a little bit of reflectivity, because you don't want to super mirror you, because you don't want people to run into you, like if you're in the grocery store or if you're driving. So I do like a little bit of reflectivity or pieces of reflectivity. That way, if someone's spewing some negativity, at least part of it gets reflected back on them. And so with this, we're going to activate the energy in our hands. And if you want to pull in healing pulse energies, you just need to think that. If you want to use your own healing frequencies, which I highly encourage, just keep doing this and then start beaming out to your aura. And with this, intention is key. So if you are sending the energy out, imagine your aura getting stronger and thicker and not allowing things to go in that affect you. And so add in that little bit of reflectivity so it bounces back. But then what I also like to do is, you've got this bubble around you. What if you put in your positive word in your bubble? Whether it be peace or confidence. Fill you up with what you need. And as you're beaming on the outside, keep filling the inside until you just get full. So just allow. And that is aura strengthening. So we did a lot tonight, but that's what happens when there's a smaller group. So thank you for coming and spending your Saturday evening with me. If you have any special requests for the mini healing coming up in a few weeks on a Sunday, what is that? Is that the 16th also? Yep, the 16th. Let me know. Otherwise, we'll probably do things a little different, but we'll see. Thank you, Motivation. That was very nice. Thanks, AJ. But I hope everyone has a wonderful May 1st, and may warm weather be on your way, especially for you people in the north like me. Have a good night. Bye.